Stuart Hall's reception theory states that within a media product there will be various messages and ideas encoded by the creators for the audience to decode and react to. When the audience receive these messages, they can have the preferred reading, or the dominant reading, where they 100% agree with the product's messaging and intended codes, the negotiated reading, where they agree with some points but disagree with others, or they can go all the way to the oppositional, where they disagree completely and they dislike the messaging and wouldn't agree with what the product's trying to say. So this is typically political messaging or other ideas like that the audience have to decide on. And typically when you're going oppositional, it could be because you're from a different area or of a different age group, race, gender, sexual orientation, etc. Or you're just of a different time. For instance, one of the CSPs for A-Level Media is a Tide advert that kind of suggests that women are the cleaners of the house, and they go into this nuclear family kind of gender roles idea, and typically now we would have oppositional readings to that, whereas back when the advert was prominent and when it was big and released, it would have been a dominant reading that we would have been reacting to it with. So to put this into context, if we look at The Emperor's New Groove, which is not CSP, but I'm using it as an example, we can look at how part of the messaging within the movie is that people can change. Emperor Kuzco, despite being an emperor, goes from his selfish, dictator-like character to being humbled and understanding of others' struggles. So if we remember Don or Pon, we can remember that there's dominant or preferred, oppositional, and negotiated. So the dominant reading of Emperor's New Groove would be that, yeah, I agree with the messaging, and I trust that people can change for the better. Oppositional, going completely on the other end, is that I completely disagree. And, once people are one certain way, they're not going to change, and they will remain selfish if that's how they are or were brought up. And then meeting in the middle there for the negotiated, I agree that people can change for the better, but someone who is as privileged as Kuzco, and at the age he was in the movie, I think they might be unable to change for the better, which is not what was shown in the movie, so that would be negotiated. And there you have it, that is Stuart Hall's reception theory. Do not mix this up with Stuart Hall's representation theory.